Told you we're about to have a very interesting conversation. We're going to be looking at our personality of the day. So behind every music video or any cinematic advert or viral visual, there's usually a mind that sees the world differently. And you know, our guest today is actually one of Africa's most dynamic visual storytellers, a director whose lens has shaped many images and defined so many stories through the visuals that we see. So from concept to camera, and sometimes it can be very chaotic. Chaotic because I follow him on social media and I see behind the scenes sometimes. And at the end of the day, the product looks beautiful. So ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be speaking to a very dynamic and stylish music video director, like I said, from Africa, Meekah Jagun. Hi, Meekah.
Thank you. There's so many people in the studio here.
I know, right? So you're shy?
No. Yeah.
So you're looking at everybody?
Yeah, look at them. Everyone looks nice. It's bright, it's early, it's first thing in the morning. I wonder what time you guys actually go here. Like, what time do you get here?
Yeah, we get here very early. Yeah, we get here very early.
Dude.
Like as early as 5:30.
5:30?
Yes.
That's why that guy wasn't happy with me.
Anyway, Meekah, you are welcome.
Fair enough, thank you.
Right, so you are a very dynamic personality because I say dynamic because I follow you on social media and I see behind the scenes, not just the beautiful pictures, but you know, the beautiful stories that you actually also tell with the work. And if you're just watching, right, I mean, if you're just joining us and don't even know some of his works are, you know, the Kitty featuring Black Sheriff's video, Lomo Lomo. Yeah, that's some of his work, and also Sacrifice by Black Sheriff. He actually did that too. And at the end
with King Promise and Charlie Poppins.
Okay, tell us more. Tell us.
I forgot to highlight.
All right, so who is Meekah Jagun before the cameras?
Wow. And at this point, they're so joined together that I don't even think I've heard that question in a while. I mean, really just the whimsical guy who like loves what I do for work, but also really loves my family, you know, loves my friends, loves my faith. And just a hard worker, man. Just a hard worker, man.
Just a hard worker.
Just a hard worker, someone that likes to execute. Because I mean, at the end of the day, and I'm sure you know this even more than I do, at a certain level, everyone's creative. It just becomes, can you execute? And yeah, that's something that I pride myself on.
Yeah, so at what point did you realize that you wanted to be a music video director?
No, it was by mistake.
By mistake?
Oh, by mistake.
Take us through all that. We have time.
By mistake, and it hasn't even been long at all. I was hanging out, I was finishing uni. I didn't really know what I was going to do. Maybe go into real estate if I was lucky. And then a friend of mine, you know, sometimes your friend will offer you something, not expecting you to say yes, just out of, let me fulfill all righteousness.
Yes, yeah.
I think that camera they were using for one of their businesses, and he's like, bro, do you want this camera? And I said yes.
Okay.
And I could see in his face that he was not happy again because that camera, he didn't really want to give that camera away. But obviously that's my best friend. So a few days later, he's given it to me, and I'll be honest, before my life, before that, I didn't really feel like my life had a purpose.
Okay.
But after that, I suddenly felt like, okay, I found my purpose, and it's given me such guardrails to, you know, all the weird things that I used to do before that people were like, this is weird now. They're like, oh, this is dope. Like, keep putting it in more things. So yeah, that's more.
Yeah, so what were you using the camera for? Was it for pictures or for videos?
It started off straight as pictures. Started off as pictures of my friends, pictures of like, you know, people roller skating, things like that. And then eventually, you know, not far off, it started being videos. I went to a set. Actually, it was King Promise's set. And Imagine he was shooting Slow Down. A friend of mine named Six, she took me there. And I saw Andy directing that thing, and I said, this is what I want to do.
Slow Down, that was just some years ago.
Yeah, that was the year. I haven't been doing this for long. I haven't been a creative for long, in fact. That's the year I started being a creative. Before that, nobody in my life would have guessed that I would be a filmmaker.
So how do your parents feel about it? I'm sure you studied something else and now you're practicing something else.
Absolutely. I mean, at first they were like, this guy's wasting this degree. What's he doing? But I mean, shout out to my parents, man. They didn't understand it, but they were like, dude, if we have to support you, we have to support you. But at the start, they were like, this doesn't even make any sense. Because Chris, you know, it's a competitive business, you know? Yeah. And it's feast or famine. It's a few people doing amazingly well, and then it's very tough for a lot of other people. So they had their fears, but, you know, they see you win 1 or 2 awards, they're like, okay, maybe it's not so bad, you know? I just now have to start giving them money. So when I start that one, then they'll be fine. but right now, I'll wait.
Right. So your first experience of music video directing was being behind the scenes. That's watching King Promise's Slow Down.
Yeah.
And now you have directed great artists, Kitty, Black Sheriff, and so on. Now, when was the time you got the first call, and how did you feel? Like, hey, we want you to do this. We've not seen what you did, but we want you to do this.
Wow, dude, I got the first call ever came. Actually, it was really early. I used to direct with a partner. It was really early. Exactly what you said is what we used to say, because we were like, dude, we don't feel like we're any good yet. We don't feel like, but that's also the imposter syndrome, right? That all artists and all creators and all people go through, where you're ready before you think you're ready. So it was one of those ones where, they've called us and we've said yes. And honestly, Chris, the first few, they were kind of, I can't swear here. The first few, they were
not that great.
Yeah, they weren't that great. They weren't that great. So some would even say at the start, people thought it was great, but I thought we were fading forward. But eventually, when you get the first call from someone like a King Promise or something like that, you enjoy it more than they do, because they're texting you like one word, hi.
We want you to shoot the video.
Yeah.
How much?
Mr. Easy is the funniest when he's texting you. He can text you like one word per line. Hey, next line, bro. I need Easy. Well, they're all characters, man, but also like, they'll let you know they appreciate your work, so like you're not here by mistake. And like I said, at the end of the day, like at some point everyone's creative.
Right.
And then you just have to know, okay, the next step is just, how do I execute?
Right.
Yeah.
So how would you describe your style of directing? Because I see you're on the field, you use the green screen, you want to bring the impossible to life. Yeah. Like, I've seen that. So how would you describe that?
No, I think you did a great job. And I mean, for instance, I've named my company Icarus, right? And I don't know if people know the story of Icarus. It's the story about this boy, they made some wax wings for him to escape a prison. And they flew out, and as they were flying out, him and his dad were flying in the air, and his dad warned him, don't get too close to the sun, because, it
will melt.
It'll melt, right? And it did. He obviously is a boy, so he went too close to the sun, went down and melted. And it's a cautionary tale, but I thought there was something about it where the human ingenuity to have the fortitude to say, I want to go close to the sun, like, let me try this out. There's something inspiring about that, Because in real life, like when you try and go for the sun, if your wings melt, you'll just make new wings. You'll try something else.
Okay.
When NASA's trying to go to the moon and things explode, they're like, hey, this didn't work, let's try something else. And I thought, why I've named it that is because I feel like it's fear that holds a lot of creativity back. Nothing else, it's just fear. And if we can overcome that fear, then at that point, nothing's the limit.
Right.
Yeah, so for me, the style is based on being daring, but also challenging not just myself, but everyone else that works with me, everyone that's going to work, everyone's going to watch it, and, just going the extra mile in that way. So that's how I think about it.
So are you instinct-driven, or you're more strategic? What would you say is your style?
Oh, it's definitely a mix of both. I can be very inshallah, and then, but then I hire a lot of people that are very, very structured. So yeah, a mix of both. Strategic in the wide, but once you get down to the weeds of it, it's like you can plan this interview 1 until 9, but then I'll say something that may take me off. Yeah, take you somewhere else, and now you have to bring it back. So yeah, a mix of both, which I think is where the fun stuff lies, really. Yeah.
So now that you're a music video director, would you say that there has been, a past music video director that has inspired you? Obviously, you got into this by mistake, but have you ever gone back to look at the works of some of the, the OGs in this game?
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. There's people that really inspire me. I mean, obviously, Andy Majite is a big one that inspired me at the start. And even now, I see some of his work, I'm annoyed at how good it is. I'm like, this guy, man. David Nichols, Six. There's a bunch of that's just from Ghana. There's a bunch of really amazing guys in Nigeria. A friend of mine, Jide Ajala, TG, another friend of mine, Alien. There's a bunch of people that have really inspired me. But honestly, I see the whole operation as not just being for music videos, but obviously we want to do narratives, we want to do films. Like there's so much more, because I really do believe that, you know, and I was saying this somewhere else, that I think the music video space in Africa is the real visual laboratory, right? Like when you compare it to our narrative films.
Yeah.
So I think a happy medium is where we get the dynamism of things like the music videos, the commercials, pair it with the narrative depth of our films, and then
So we should expect films from you someday?
Absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Films like, you know, hopefully the biggest kind of films, hopefully the most emotive kind of films.
Yeah.
And films that, like, when people see it, like, you know, will move them, but also really entertain them.
Right, right. So how competitive is Ghana's creative space? I mean, we're all part of it, but I want to hear from your own, you know, perspective.
Honestly, it's competitive, man. Is this the camera? I feel like I should look at this.
Yes, that
It's
camera.
competitive, man. It's competitive. And honestly, a lot of times I empathize with, I feel like I got lucky. I feel like I got, like I said, because everyone's creative. I really empathize with a lot of people that are constantly grafting every single day. Because, man, if that door doesn't open, it's really easy to say, you know what, I'm going to give up. It's really easy because the creative space, especially in Ghana, like we said, it's very feast or famine. So it can be, you know, even for the people that are quote unquote winning, they can have a season of winning and a season where it's just, you see them outside. You know, talk less of the people who grafting, not seeing those opportunities, especially because, and Chris, you know this, art is personal.
Yeah, very
You know,
personal.
the first time I ever got bad feedback about a video, I sat on the edge of my bed. I called my mentor. I said, bro, what's this, bro? I said, what's this feeling? I don't understand it. This is new. And he said to me, yeah, dude, art's personal, man. And for the creative space, when you're not getting those wins, which especially for creatives that they've been doing this since they were young, they feel, it feels in their heart more than it would maybe you're an accountant or something. 2 + 2 is always 2.
Yeah.
You know, but in the creative, your reality is what you're expressing as what's going to feed you, essentially. So yeah, it can be tough. So I empathize with all art forms in Ghana.
Yeah, so has there ever been a time that you ever thought of quitting? Or you're a fighter?
Yeah, no, I haven't thought about quitting, I'll lie to you.
Never?
No, I haven't thought about quitting.
Because you're enjoying it too much?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, but also, like, you know, over a long enough timeline, you know, over a long enough timeline, I usually think like things will work out. Let's make fingers crossed, who knows, like, you know. But you definitely have those moments, especially in the early days where you're like, man, phone hasn't rang in a bit, man. You know, you get a call, you're like, oh, it's my mom. Okay, hello, mom. Yeah, that's not money, but at least she loves me, you know. But yeah, it's obviously better these days. We thank many people, but yeah. What about you? Has there ever been a moment where you were like,
I'm going to keep that to myself.
That laugh says so much.
I'm going to keep that to myself. So now, describe you on set. I mean, the ones I see, it can be chaotic. So are you an intense person or you're, you know, more calm and laid back?
It's definitely a balance. But honestly, you know those videos that we see, like the behind the scenes? A lot of times when I see those behind the scenes videos, that's the first time I'm ever even knowing that thing happened.
Oh.
So the memory is completely gone.
So
like,
you're very passionate.
Very, very passionate. And also, like, if you showed me the behind the scenes video, in fact, if you told me that thing happened, but you didn't show me the video, I don't believe you.
Right.
Yeah, I wouldn't have believed you because it's so locked. And I remember when we went Wuli with the Black Sharif, we had maybe 30 minutes because, you know, it's a cold.
Yeah.
And usually you have more time till the sun goes down. But we forgot that it was a cove, meaning the sun went down around like 4:35. So we had like 30 minutes to shoot. And usually you have a short list that has everything you want to get. So at that point, like the clock's ticking. He has to get in costume. We have like the rainbows coming out of the water. So it's like really pretty. And we only got one take of that actually. So if you see in the video, we only got it once. But now it's on autopilot. And if everyone in the team is not as experienced as they are, everything falls apart. So now it's boom, 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 boom. At that point, you have no time to consciously think. You can only unconsciously act. So it's moments like that, and those happen all the time. In fact, I'm always happiest when something big messes up before the day of the shoot.
Right.
Because if that thing doesn't happen before the day of the shoot,
If it happens in the shoot, everything's
yeah.
it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Man, yeah.
But what project changed your life?
When you say change my life, do you mean like internally? Do you mean financially? Do you mean emotionally? All.
So let's start with internally.
Internally, I would say there's a project I did with Raven. He's a legacy life artist, one of Kill Beats artists. Raven America, because that was one of the first videos I'd ever done just by myself and edited top down. And at that point, I felt like, okay, I can handle this.
Yeah.
You know, and the feedback was really positive, even though it wasn't for a big song. But at that point, I said, okay, I understand the three processes: the pre-production, the production itself, and the post-production process.
Right.
Yeah.
So financially?
I'll keep that one to myself.
You don't want to tell us which artist pays you more,
I'll keep that one to
most.
myself. They've been
Okay.
generous, let me put it like that.
Okay.
They've been generous,
All
I'll
right.
keep that one to myself. Yeah.
Emotionally?
Emotionally. You know, emotionally, I'd say I'd probably Black Sherif Sacrifice.
Why?
Because obviously we went through so many iterations of the video. But what we ended up with was a very emotive version. That like a lot of people, after they watched it, even though we've changed so much of the video, a lot of people after they watched it connected with it on a deeper level. And even the behind the scenes video we did too, that got a life of its own.
Yeah.
And
That was a nice storytelling, by the way.
thank you.
I loved it.
Thank you.
And the music, everything, it just worked.
Yeah, it's one
Yeah.
of those ones where it just happens like that. Thank you. And for that one, for the Black Sherif one, it's because really, like Chris, we're not in the film business, we're not in the photo business, we're in the emotions business. You know, and when you have an opportunity, or when you found out that you've elicited some kind of emotions in people, then you've done your job, and they don't forget that. And I think that's why emotionally that one kind of moved me in a different direction.
Right.
Yeah.
So how does it feel working with Black Sherif?
One of the easiest guys to work with of all time. Yeah, one of the easiest guys, because it's really about the art for him. Yeah, it's really about. There's some other people that it's kind of about how cool they look.
And Kitty?
Also one of the easiest guys to work with. Yeah, both of them is such. It's honestly, it's a joy
So who
to
was
work
the
with.
most difficult person that you worked with?
Wow, the most difficult person. I don't think I can say that. Yeah, I don't think I can say that. But honestly, I've been lucky, man. People have been easy to work. There's people that have had like nightmare stories about other artists, but I've worked with them and they've been pretty easy.
So you think it's about you?
Definitely not. I think I was just lucky.
You think there's something about you?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I was just lucky, man.
But now let's talk about the Ghanaian industry. So do you think Ghana is actually churning out a lot of visuals globally? Top visuals, not just visuals, like top visuals.
I think the Ghanaian creative talent is better than the quality that we're putting out.
Okay, so the creatives are actually better than the quality. That's
I
what
think
you're
creatives
saying.
are better than the quality we're putting out, because I think there's some limitations as it pertains to like there's some limitations. I think we're doing good work, but knowing the kind of talent that's in this country,
We can do more.
Yeah. Obviously, we're limited by like domain possibilities and like not even domain experience, domain possibilities and like infrastructural possibilities. Yeah, but we can do more.
What keeps you grounded? You said your faith earlier, so what keeps you grounded?
Man, we're all my family, man.
Your family?
Yeah, my family, my friends. They don't care about the stuff I'm doing. Yeah, you know, they'll tease me, what's it called? But yeah, like my younger sister, couldn't care less.
So shout out to them.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. Shout out to Favor.
So what does success mean to you?
Freedom. Freedom, creative freedom, financial freedom, self-actualization, being in a space where things in the reality are so sorted that you can get to a space of self-actualization and actually grow.
Right.
Because freedom is growth, and growth is freedom. Yeah.
So when GQ reached out to you, how did you feel?
When GQ reached out.
Yeah, because GQ is a very serious publication. So when they reached out, how did you feel?
I thought it was a mistake. When they reached out, I thought it was a mistake. I was like, because it's GQ, like, you know. Yeah,
Especially realizing that people out there are watching your work.
Yeah, people out there are watching and also appreciating it on a global level. You know, so it was validating, but not just for me, but for the people that I've worked with consistently that have believed in me. Because a lot of people have believed in me over the years, and I'm like, finally I can buy a magazine and send to my mom so that she can say, okay, something real is happening on this other side. But yeah, no, it was definitely weird. Even the shooting of it, I was like, is this happening? Until the day it was released, I didn't really think it was going to
happen.
Yeah, I'm sure you know there's those opportunities where you're like, is it all the way until it happens? You're like, oh, wow, it's really happened.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's me on the covers of GQ.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah, on the cover. Yeah, that's crazy.
But how would you describe your style? Because I think your style is also something people are fascinated about. It's not just your work, but yes, the work is there. But when they see the person behind, they go, oh, okay, he's got style too. So how would you describe that?
Man, I just want to give a lot of love to the stylists that work on our shoots because I always steal from them. So there's a lot. So sometimes I'll add a deck. I'll do a deck, and in the deck I'll write some things that I also want. You know, sometimes the stylists, they catch me and they don't buy it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they catch me and they don't buy it. But I'll put it there and take some stuff, and then but my style's just like I think you're your first canvas. You know, it's like when I came in, I was like, this purple is. I said the purple is doing the thing.
Yeah,
you know. I know you don't want to talk about yourself. But I was like, the purple is doing the thing, and obviously we know you like the red and black.
Yep.
And I think we are our first canvas. You know, because the first thing you do in the morning, you're wearing. It's part of the initial creative process. So just put things on. If I like it, and I don't judge what I like. If I like it, like I'll wear it. Like, it can be a woman's earrings. It can be a woman's rings. It can be a man's rings. It can be a man's earrings. Yeah. As long as I like it, I'm gonna judge it. That's how I feel. Yeah.
All right. So it would be weird to ask you straight up, how old are you? But what generation do you fall in?
I'm a millennial.
Oh, you're a millennial.
I'm a millennial. Yeah.
All right. Are you dating?
Am I dating?
Yeah. Somebody just asked me to ask you right now because maybe somebody's admiring you. You never know.
Yeah, so maybe someone behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So
are you dating?
I'll keep it private for that.
Oh, yeah, keep it private.
I'll keep it
the girls are watching. You don't want to break anybody's heart, right?
I'll keep it private for that.
All right, but are you a private person?
I am a private person. Yeah, you know, there's some things that I prefer to grow in private.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nice. Anyway, I'm sure there are a lot of people that have been inspired by you and probably seeing you for the first time or probably going to watch this interview later on. Now, what would you tell a young person that is trying to get into this industry? You know, or someone who hasn't even figured out what they want yet or what they want to do in life yet, because you didn't know what you were going to do, but you just fell into this. So what advice would you give a young person? Or let's say the 17-year-old you.
I'd say, first of all, you have to give yourself permission. I think there's two things. There's wanting to do something, and there's giving yourself permission to be that thing. So for instance, someone can wake up and say they want to be an actor, but if they haven't given themselves permission to be an actor, there's so many things about being an actor that they'll never do, that will always fall to the wayside. Right. So that's the first thing is to give yourself that permission. Don't judge yourself, and after that, just learn how to execute, because if you giving yourself permission and you've accepted yourself for who you are, and you can express your truth, now you have a thumbprint, which is you. Right. And once you have that thumbprint, it's about blasting it out to the entire universe as loud as you can. So once that's sorted, Chris, I think, and over a long enough timeline, because once you know how to execute and you have your thumbprint, the world will come running. Right.
And in December, I think you did a hosting thing for entertainment.
Oh yeah, that was some of my friends at Blackwater.
Yeah,
my friends
so
at Blackwater,
how was it?
It was interesting, man. It was.
Do you like hosting?
Yeah, it was a new experience. It was fun.
So you like hosting?
I'll probably do it again.
You do it again?
I'll probably do it again.
Okay. All right. No problem. Thank you so much, Meekah. So much. It was really nice having this conversation with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking to Meekah Jagun, who is a video director, and he has come up with some of the visuals that we like when it comes to music videos, like Kiddies Lomo Lomo and even Black Sheriff's Sacrifice. And he's told us about himself. So if you didn't like, if you know anyone that will be interested in this in this conversation and hasn't watched it yet,
dating me.
not dating him, but yeah, if you know anyone that will be interested, they can head to our YouTube page and then watch our YouTube channel and then watch this interview again. But it's time for us to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will be back with more.